Oh, John. There's no new information.
No, there sure isn't.
There's no new information. So this is a video game.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mike. What are you doing to this channel?
Yeah, so for those looking at the channel,
I'm still in Dark Souls 1
Yeah, John's still in Dark Souls 1, so he's just gonna have to deal with spoilers. Spoilers, Dark Souls 2, not as good. I am playing this because, for one, I was tired of, like, John getting to play the good games on the channel. I want to play some of the good games.
I'd like to play some of the good games, too.
I thought you might, have a, thing on here. So, alright, no, I'm already, many hours into the game.
Yeah.
What we're playing on this run is just gonna be a short run, because I have never played the DLC. I played this game the first time. I put in 191 levels, 75 hours. Didn't do the DLC and was kind of over the game at that point.
Yeah.
I had a different of opinion when I picked it back up again, and it's like, oh, I kind of know where to go now, what to do. I'm used to its issues. So I decided just to finish it out. So now I haven't played the DLC, does not mean I haven't seen the DLC. Because I've watched a lot of Let's Plays and things like that.
The game itself might not be as good, but one thing I can tell you is much better is I can actually see objects. You know, there's actually some brightness to this.
Oh yeah.
Praise the motherfucking sun, as it were.
Praise the sun. So, in Dark Souls 2, the remaster version I've got, it's 60 frames a second, it's 64-bit, you know, like, they supported the PC in this edition.
Yeah.
So this is the outfit I settled on. The crown that she's wearing is sort of a placeholder. It's not a great crown. But it ties in with what you do in the DLCs, which is you collect the crowns of kings past. So there's a little thing we're just going to kick off here at the beginning while I talk through this. I need to check on an NPC. Forest of the Fallen Giants. I believe so. I need to check on an NPC and talk to him to see if I can summon him later in the game. So I'm going to use this as my opportunity to sort of run back through, get used to see my moves here. So I've got a few toys set aside in this build. I have gone what's called quality build, which is strength and dex equal. And I'm just pushing those to 50. Is what I'm doing on my leveling at the moment.
Is 50 a cap or?
No, just a target to hit. I think 99 is a cap. I think 40 was the first point of diminishing returns. But I just like round numbers.
Sure.
So
fair enough.
Then I'll probably push vitality to 25 because I don't like that 22 looking at me. I've dropped nothing into int, faith, or attunement. Adaptability is a weird stat that they do in Dark Souls 2, which I might start pumping a little bit. It affects the speed of your rolls and everything, and where your cutoff points are for slow and fat rolls and everything.
Interesting.
So what I've got here is a guy that's just not gonna play ball.
He's not gonna, you know, come to you. You should take
no, he's not gonna drop a shield is what pissing me off. Okay.
Oh, I mean,
so I got this sword here,
yeah.
Which is, these are boss weapons or special.
Yeah, Keyblade. No, I got it.
Oh no, man! Dark Souls loves like putting shit in their game.
Dark Souls Keyblade. Kingdom Hearts.
There's actually a literal Keyblade sword that unlocks a door.
Yeah.
But that lock is a dude's face. You shove it into his face to unlock the door in this. This one is the...
Any sword will unlock a man's face if you know how to use it.
Yeah, I don't know why I have to get that. Oh, this is the Drake Ring Ultra Great Sword. I also have waiting in the... so the Drangleic Sword is my main one. That's the one that carried me through most of the game. Warp Sword is for Crystal Lizards. This is the one I'm leveling up. It's sort of like a limp berserk sword.
I was going for, you know, like a more rounded Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII.
And that thing, this attack here is like a special, like, eat durability, does some magic or something, I think.
Well, it has some AoE there.
Yeah. So, like, that will shoot people. I don't know if I can hit you with it. Let's see.
No.
No.
It's like, fuck you, man.
Fuck you, man.
I'm just over here.
I've also, I think this one does something too, in two-handed mode. Yeah. There you go.
Oh,
fuck
cool.
You. I'm not big on those attacks because they eat durability, and that means I just have to manage like repair powder and shit like that. And
Yeah.
I just don't like consumables as a general rule in games.
I understand.
I don't like
I
having
never
to
used
deal with
consumables.
Yeah, that's the thing. I end up with like, 78 Phoenix Downs by the end of the game because
142 high potion. Which really, all that does for me is by the end of the game, I'm just like, oh, it's the end of the game. I'm just going to burn all this shit and I'm going to beat the final boss on my first try because fuck you, that's why.
So,
Okay.
enjoying this game. She's been built in my preferred playstyle, which is quality, which means I can bow the shit out of everything. Sorry, you're just going to have to deal with that when I get to a point where I feel like, I should just bow the shit out of
We're
this.
going to go to your Shadow of the Colossus approach.
cheese.
Yeah. Which does not work because a single well-charged sword stab will do like
See
a
if I can
third to
get-
half damage on a Colossus.
I love the elaborate backstab animations. I'm not gonna get it. Of Dark Souls 2. Like, they have a really elaborate behind the back thing. Okay, this dude, if I'm gonna see him, he's up here. Or should be up here. If gonna be around.
Mike, I've got a question for you. Like
Okay.
7 minutes, almost 8 minutes into this game.
There we go, backstab.
Nice. So, for a layperson like me, what is worse about Dark Souls 2 in comparison to Dark Souls 1? Because just looking at it in this very small sample, I'm like, this game looks 100 times better than Dark Souls.
It's a bit of fandom.
Is this gonna be one of those things where like everyone who's a fan of Resident Evil hated Resident Evil 6, but I liked it because it wasn't like Resident Evil? Is
So
this gonna be one of those things?
The fandom, okay, so like the first time I played it too, it made some changes, I didn't like it, and I was kind of tired with it, and I guess this dude's not up here, so I may not be summoning this dude for a final fight. It was like he's gonna be just sitting up here waiting or something is what a wiki said, but I'm not seeing it. So the problem one... Okay, so one complaint that a lot of people have that I don't agree with, I'm like, is convenient as fuck and you guys just need to fuck off, is right from the beginning, oh shit, that's right, I got the aged feather.
I thought you said the AIDS feather, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh yeah, the aged feather, not as good as the aged feather, but...
Enunciate.
Man, everybody's like trying to push me to Google Keep. And I've been scorned by Google Notes.
I know that you've got that Google Notes, Google Buzz thing going on. I'm just saying that I've been using it for years, and it's free, and it's not Evernote. I stopped using Evernote probably 5 or 6 years ago.
We're really all over the place, the map, but you know what? We got a whole night of recording ahead of us.
Damn straight.
I barely use Evernote. So I maybe like once or twice a month do I use Evernote. If I go to a con and I'm in a panel and somebody says something, I'm like, that's actually fucking interesting.
Yeah.
I'll pull out my phone or my tablet and I'll jot it down on Evernote. Come on, try not to swing my sword in here, because it can be bad if I do. Okay.
Bad
Cool.
how?
If you hit these bells,
Like just-
you wake things from the grave, from the dead,
gotcha.
and then there's like a whole bunch of enemies on you.
I gotcha.
So I hardly ever use it, so it's not like I give a shit about features or anything. It's just a convenience of if I get back to my computer, I can get that note.
You can do the same thing with Keep.
And also, when for the podcast, Knoxville Game Design Chat podcast, hey y'all, I'm just fucking running by all y'all. I don't give a shit about any of you guys. Because you know what? This is the boss chamber. You can't come in here because Dark Souls.
Oh yeah.
You
maybe
guys
they can.
You guys can't come in the King's Chamber. No, all right, you're backing off. I'm gonna say I don't think you can come that far in. This is supposed to be an area you can farm really well too.
I can't imagine why.
I don't know if you heard the bell ring.
Yeah.
They ring the respawning bell there, so you can just sort of wig that out. So yeah, so I don't really use Evernote that much. So it's not a big deal to switch to something else. When I take notes for games I'm going to talk about in a review, I take them by hand actually, in like some form of note moleskin, but I didn't pay $20 for a fucking notebook. I paid $5. And then I condense them into Evernote. I go back over my notes, retype them into Evernote, so I have access to them for like the review or the podcast, and that's it. And occasionally, if I'm out and I think of an idea for a video game or something, I'll throw it into Evernote. There's not gonna be a big change for me. I just need to have a mobile app. I just can't believe the way they changed it to say you can only have 2 devices access it. So it's not the number of notes you're using or how much data you're taking up. So this dude here.
Yeah.
This is King Vendrick, okay? This is the end of the game. He's not the final boss, okay?
Yeah.
But he opens your way to the final boss. So basically... Alright, spoiler alert, John. End of Dark Souls, you're out to light the flame.
Yeah.
Or, as you'll learn, you can not light the flame. You can say, fuck off, okay?
Yeah.
Let's get this dark party started. And it doesn't matter. Because if you light the flame, you start the cycle over, and if you don't light the flame, well, you just cleared the way for everybody else to come and light the flame. So somebody else came and did it. So Dark Souls 2 takes place thousands of years
After
later.
it's lit.
Like millions of cycles later. Who knows how much later.
Dark Souls 2, it's lit.
And it's been lit and snuffed and lit and snuffed and lit and snuffed and lit and snuffed. So Vendrick is like, we gotta fuck this shit. Okay? This is wrong. I gotta find a better way. Unfortunately, Vendrick's queen, she was really counting on him sacrificing his soul to the fire so she could, like, gain power of it. And then he was like, oh shit, you're actually, like, the devil. Like, straight up, evil fucking bitch. Okay. So then he imprisoned, he had all those guards. That's Vendrick's guards out there, that I ran through. Like, basically, no one can get to me. I'm gonna hang out back here, and figure some shit out. Unfortunately, he fucking lost his mind back here, as you do in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a boss. I could fight his ass. I actually have.
I was kind of curious as to why he's just walking around in circles. If he's. I'm used to bosses in Dark Souls being a lot more aggressive.
He's not. He's just sort of chilling. Now I do have 5 giant souls.
Is he? Would you consider him to be an optional boss then?
Yeah, I think he kind of is an option. No.
Like,
no,
do
I don't
you,
think
do you have to beat him to progress?
I don't know. So there's a thing, the final fight is at this thing called the Throne of Want. And I think you kill him to get access to it. And then you could go in there and yeah, you do have to kill him. Only a proper king can take the throne or queen can take the throne. So you can't have a monarch existing. You gotta knock off the current monarch. For fucking reasons. Okay.
Game of Thrones.
I've got 5 giant souls. This guy is tough as hell the first time you meet him. You don't start a fight, okay? You leave him like that. You go find these 5 giant souls because when he was king, he fought this land of the giants. And they basically came back across the ocean and then wrecked his shit for retaliation. So every soul of a giant you collect, believe it or not, he's not a giant. He's just a dude. It weakens him. It's like, look at your fucking failures. I've got your failures. I kicked the asses of the ones you couldn't. And then he's like, oh shit, you're right, I'm weaker now. So like he drops by like 32 times strength and health, I think.
Weird.
If you collect all of them. So he's kind of a nothing fight. But I didn't want to kill him because I wanted to start this off. I wanted to show it. I wanted to say all that. Give context to what we're doing. This is his clothes, you know, because when you go hollow, you just fucking strip naked because who gives a shit? Or maybe he did it and he wasn't hollow. I don't know. I don't judge. I'm going to examine his clothes now. And this is something that kicks into the DLC part of the game. Memory of the King.
Cool.
And now you're back. And here is Vendrick before he's gone insane. So when we come back, we're going to talk to not insane Vendrick.
All right, let's do it.